Hi YouTubers, it's Tracy, and first let me say that I'm so very sorry that I've been kind of missing in action a little bit. The month of May has been really crazy, and just a lot of things going on, and I needed a break. And not to say that I'm taking a break away, but I just needed a break, and I'm trying to slowly get back into my crafting, and it's a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. I knew that I was going to struggle a little bit, trying to get back into the crafting, but I'm struggling with it a lot more than I realized I would. But anyway, I wanted to share with you a mini album that I made. Actually, I made this a couple of weeks back, and I've just been kind of putting some finishing touches on it. But I wanted to go ahead and share it with you. And this was created from a design that I found on YouTube, and very popular YouTuber. I'm trying to pull it up here to get the name right. It's a pattern by Orta, and she has a lot of different tutorials on different mini scrapbook albums, and just different styles of things like that. This is a paper bag album, and it is her vertical paper bag album. And the papers that I used out of this for this is from the Echo Park. I cannot believe it's the last year's beach one. Oh my gosh, I will put the name of it right here, but good Lord, I'll think of it in a minute. I'm so sorry. But anyway, this is the album, and I made this to be my summertime album, and this is a really cool album tutorial that she did. It's a very sturdy album, and it's got some really good width to put it, if you want to make your pages bulkier, you can certainly do that. But I used the stickers that came with the collection kit, and then I added some more of my other thickers that I had, and then I used a little bit of burlap that I cut on my Cuttlebug in some sequins. And actually my burlap was tied with this string right here, so I just thought I'd go ahead and use it on there. And so and then I have one up here too. And my Cuttlebug did pretty good cutting this burlap. I got this at Hobby Lobby, I believe. And I found that the tighter woven burlap that you get, the better cut that you're going to get, because the looser the weave, you're just going to get a whole lot more fraying if you don't want it. So I did do a little, show it to you this way. This piece here, the main part of it is actually an industrial chic piece that I picked up at Michael's on clearance, and I added a few extra things to it. Sorry, I'm out of frame. I added a couple of extra beads to it just to kind of pull the yellow in, and kind of made it my own. I've got a little dolphin right there, and I think I've got, there's a little sea turtle. Let's see if I can get it over there. Flip it over. There it is. And so I just kind of added a few extra little embellishments to kind of make it my own, and I thought that was kind of beachy looking and just kind of, I don't know, kind of airy. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick the inside, and every page is going to have the same element. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But let me open it up, and this first page, I did some cutouts with I believe I probably fussy cut this one, and then I had some dies from Paper Tray ink that I cut out these little clouds with. And then down here, I actually, whoops, I'm sorry, I took some of that same burlap string and made a little rope, and then I took my Cuttlebug and ran some brown paper through it using, there you go, using the wood grain folder. And then I just used one of my little wood embellishments for the little bird up there to create the scene. And then down here is one of my homemade flares, and then some washi. And then, like I said, this is where you'll understand every page will do the same thing. And on this one here, I've got a magnet. I don't know if you can see it right there, but I'm trying to figure out a way to hide the magnets because I don't like that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to hide them. So they open up like this, and I've got a little camera wood veneer up here, and then also every page will have a tag that pulls out of the top of the paper bag. This has a lot of nooks and crannies for, well, I'm not really showing it to you, am I? This has a lot of nooks and crannies for journaling and photos, and just, I mean, there are so many places to hide, and I'm going to just leave that one out, but there's so many places to put them. So there's the first one. Then the second one here, this is also a paper tray ink die that I have, and I put a little one of my, you can see it, I stamped it with the same stamp set, and then I put one of the little glossy things over the top of it. My speech is not that good today, I'm sorry. I made some tags to go in these pockets. Now, I followed her tutorial to a T as far as the design of it, and then I took my, and used my own creativity to make it my own, but each of these little, the back side of the paper bag creates a pocket, and so I made these little bifold pockets as well. It's not a pocket, it's just like another tab, I guess. And I cut these out on my silhouette and just created a little tab on the top. What I did was I cut a slit in the top right here, and then I actually created these tabs on my silhouette before I purchased any, and I used a little enamel dot, but I created that on my own just using some rectangles and circles, and then I just adhered it to the inside and glued it in so it made a little tab right there. So this one here is also a silhouette cut, and there's the inside. And again, it's going to have a pull-out tab in here. I'm not going to pull every one of them out. They're pretty basic. And then this one here, this one I used just a piece. This was a piece left over from the when I was cutting out some little clouds. I was trying to cut out clouds on the burlap, and they didn't, well, they worked okay, but I like the extra piece on there, so I put that on there for some interest. And then this pocket here, and these are my cat scrappiness clouds, and I just tucked a little stamp behind it. And I believe that this particular sun, I'm pretty sure this one might be the paper tray ink one, but I have another sun that's very similar that I got from Michael's, and I think it was the Studio G line. And then there's the inside and the back. This is also a silhouette cut, and I just sprayed it with some of my sprays just to give it a little extra interest. And there's the inside. And I colored one of my wood veneers with my Copics. This one is one of my favorite pages too. This is a silhouette cut, and I believe it's either an Amy Tangerine or Echo Park. It's one of those. I created this little cute little clothesline with the baby clothespins on it, and then over here I just took one of the, this is actually, I think, a October Afternoon. I didn't use very many elements from any other line. I think this may be the only one in here. And here's the tag. That's also a cut from my silhouette on the inside. And then the back I just did some embossing. That's the stamp that I got from Michael's in the Studio G line. In that page. This one here I tried painting the magnets like a white or silver color, and they're still standing out a lot, and I'm really not digging that too much. This particular tag here I thought was kind of pretty because I used vellum on this one. I'll pull it out and show it to you. And some of the American Crafts glitter tape. So my thought is that I can put a photo here and then do a little journaling down here, and each one has a photo block and a journaling spot too. page. This little tag that I cut out, and I used some sequins and some of the American Crafts glitter tape. Again, there's that sun again. And then some more of my cat scrappiness clouds and some of my vellum clouds that I cut out. And I love using those vellum clouds. They are so cool. There's the inside. And then the back. I did do some sequins on this one here. This one has a cute little embellishment cluster at the top. And then down at the bottom. And then this one. I used, there's a lot of bottle cap looking embellishments in this collection, and I just kind of went with them and made my own flair. And there's this one. This is one of my favorite ones too. This is a cutout from Silhouette, and what I did was on the inside, I colored it with my Copic, and then I glossy accented the heck out of it, so they really look like real shades. I love that. And then just a little bow at the top. And then I did some, this is a cat scrappiness flower, and I sprayed it. Actually, if you flip it in just a little bit, you can see that it was yellow. And so I just changed the color to kind of match the line. And these are the flat felt flowers that are layered. And then I made some, got something on it. I made some little photo corners out of the American Crafts glitter tape. And again, I'm not pulling out all these tabs because they're all pretty much the same, just in different color blocks. There's this one here. This is going to be the back page. And there's a heart that I cut out. And these little stamps here are one of my, I think that's my Studio Calico stamp that I used. And then this is also a silhouette cutout. And I sprayed it with the Color Shine. And then there's the back. And then this page here, this was also included in her tutorial, is a waterfall. It's a waterfall. It's not an album, but you know, you can put a waterfall part in your album. So each one of these, there's some little washi there, but they just flip up, and you can put more photos on each one of these. I mean, this thing, you can really put so many photos in it. And I thought that this design would be really well if you wanted to give like a gift for like a wedding or a new baby, because there are just so many places to put different photos and journaling. And I used the same stamp from my Studio Calico, my stamper, and just put some little teeny little stamps photographed on Instagram, documented, and some little stars right there. So that's pretty much the gist of the album. I used, like I said, I used some of my cat scrappiness supplies in here, and used my Cuttlebug quite a bit in my Cameo quite a bit. So there's my little mini album for summertime, and I hope you enjoy it. And go check out Kathy Orta's channel on YouTube if you like to make mini albums, or if you need ideas for, you know, something like that. Right now I'm looking at one. It's a handbag purse scrapbook album, and it's so cute. And so I might have another project coming up in the near future. Hopefully it'll help me to get my mojo back. But this particular album, like I said, it's made out of nothing but paper bags. They're the white ones, and some chipboard for the covers. And she's really good about giving her dimensions and what have you. I think there was like a series of 8 videos that I went through for this. But this took up almost an entire collection pack. So if you want to get started on something like this, be prepared to have an entire collection pack. I know for a fact I must have used 14 12 by 12 sheets. So you know, when I started using it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to use that page. Oh, I don't want to use that page because it's so cute, and I might want to use it for something else. And I wound up, I think I had 2 pieces of paper left over. But you know what? That's why we buy this stuff, to use it, right? So I've got a nice little mini album to put on my shelf now, and to fill it up with all of our wonderful pictures from this summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you're having a fabulous day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.